4,000 people lost their jobs. Not because the company was struggling, but because it was thriving. And the CEO said, most companies are late and will reach the same conclusion and make similar structural changes within the next year. I've been tracking 3 specific shifts at Spotify, Block, and McKinsey. They are a clear map of where the industry is moving. Look, I know your feed is full of AI hype and doom scrolling, but while everyone else is arguing whether LLMs can think, these 3 companies are changing the rules for how you will be hired and promoted this year. By the end of this video, you are gonna understand exactly what's changed, why it matters for your career specifically, and 3 moves you can make this week alone to stay ahead. Okay, here's what happened. Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, now X, and CEO of Block, which is the company behind Square and Cash App, recently announced that it's cutting its workforce by 40%. That's about 4,000 people, down from 10,000 employees that they had. But here is what makes this different than all the tech layoffs that you have heard in the last 2 years. He didn't blame the market downturn. He didn't blame overhiring. Well, he kind of acknowledged it. But the main headline reason for the layoff was, listen to this.
On the earnings call last night, he called this a fundamental shift in how you build and run a company.
Intelligence tools have changed what it means to build and run a company. We're already seeing it internally. A significantly smaller team using the tools we're building can do more and do it better. And intelligence tool capabilities are compounding.
And then he went on to say, within the next year, I believe the majority of companies will reach the same conclusion and make similar structural changes. That freaked me out. But the market's reaction, Block stock went up by 24%. Obviously, the investors liked it. And sadly, this is the reality we're living in today. So what does this mean for you and me? Here's the framework I want you to take away from this. In a profitable company with a strong gross profit and growing revenue, cuts off almost half of its workforce and their stock goes up, basically the market is telling you that AI-enabled small teams are more valuable than bigger teams without AI. Simple as that. Look, this is not just about Block. Dorsey said it himself, this is just the beginning. Amazon said it last year, McKinsey said it. And now Block is the first major company to act boldly on it and publicly. Okay, but what does this mean for you as a software engineer, tech PM, tech leader? It means the game has changed. The question is no longer, will AI replace me? No, the question is now, will I be replaced by someone who uses AI better than I do? But don't panic. Here are your 2 action steps that you can take based on this information. First, start treating AI tools like it's a job requirement, not a productivity hack. Use tools like Cursor, Claude Code, GitHub Copilot, and many more. Pick one and use it daily, and also start tracking how faster you ship features and work because of those. 2, update how you talk about yourself. Look at your LinkedIn and resume, and if missing, add AI fluency vocabulary to it. You can add like what tools you use, what workflows you use AI for, and also what outcomes you achieved because of that. Quick pause. If you like this video so far, go ahead and smash that like button. And to thank you for it, here's a picture of my dog, Kaden. All right, so if the Block story is about what's coming, this Spotify story is about what's already here. During Spotify's latest earnings call, their co-CEO, Gustav Söderström, said something that made the developers stop in their tracks. He said, when I speak to my most senior engineers, the best developers that I have, they actually say that they haven't written a single line of code since December of last year, 2025. They actually only generate code and supervise it. Listen
so Spotify, they have been quietly building this kind of internal AI development system. It is called Honk, H-O-N-K, and it's powered by Anthropic's Claude Code. The system lets engineers issue natural language commands through Slack, and in return, they receive working code. Yeah, that's completely mind-blowing. So let me go through this whole workflow with you because it's just fascinating what they're
And then
doing.
same pattern. Spotify stock jumped by 14.7% that same day. Here's how it works. Spotify has built an internal tool called Honk, which is powered by Claude Code by Anthropic. A Spotify engineer on their commute to work can message Claude from their phone through Slack, tell it to fix a bug or ship a new feature, and by the time they walk into the office, it's ready to be reviewed, merged, and shipped. So what does this mean for you, for people like me in tech? I want to be very precise here because there are two ways of hearing this news. And most people are going to hear it the wrong way. Engineers are obsolete. AI is going to do everything now. That's just panic. But look at the reality. Look at what's happening in Spotify. They're most high-performing senior engineers using AI, and they're performing really well. And that could be you, if not already. Here's the right way of hearing it. The job description has changed. You no longer pay to type code. You are paid to architect systems, set direction, evaluate AI output. You're going to be the reviewer. You're going to be the QA. Catch errors and make judgment calls that AI cannot make because AI sometimes doesn't have the entire context you do as a human. Think of it this way. If you've ever worked with a junior engineer who is really good, but at times overconfident, you know that you need to not do their work, but check their work and guide them. This is exactly the same, except this junior dev AI works 100 times faster and it never sleeps. Here's your 2 action steps from this story. Start practicing reviewing the code that AI generates, not just generating it simply. What's going to separate and differentiate senior engineers today is not the ones who prompt AI the best. It's the senior engineers that catch the subtle errors, catch the security gaps, the architectural decisions that AI gets wrong. Practice reviewing AI's PRs just like you would junior devs' PRs. 2, build something real today, either with Claude Code or Cursor or both. Don't just do tutorials. Get in work, get using these tools. Maybe create a feature for a side project that you would actually use. So put that in practice today because you still have time. This last story is the one that I wanted you to end on because it's actually hopeful. Well, if you act on it. McKinsey, one of the most popular professional services firm, is asking graduate applicants to collaborate with an artificial intelligence tool as part of its recruitment process. As competence with the technology becomes a requirement in competing for top-level jobs. Later on, it goes on to say, they have been asked to complete tests using McKinsey's internal AI tool. It's called Lilli. They are required to carry out practical consulting tasks with the help of Lilli. They go on then to say, in the McKinsey AI interview, you are expected to prompt the AI, review its output, and apply judgment to produce a clear and structured response. The focus is on the collaboration and reasoning rather than technical AI expertise. They're basically not testing whether you can write code or not, or you know anything about machine learning. They're testing your curiosity. They're trying to see if you can work with AI tools and take what it gives you, apply your judgment, and make it into something useful for their clients. And here's the scale of what's already happening at McKinsey. Blue Chip Consultancy boss says firm has an AI workforce of 20,000 agents operating alongside its 40,000 staff. That's from only 3,000 AI agents last year. What does this mean for you? McKinsey sets hiring trends and interview processes that ripples down to the entire industry. So if they're testing something today, expect that the giant tech companies, the startups, the banks are going to start adopting it in about 12 months from now. So that's your runway. This is great news actually for software engineers and tech PMs and tech leaders. Your technical background plus strong judgment and critical thinking and communication becomes the perfect profile that is needed in the world of AI. Here's your 2 action steps from this story. Start treating AI collaboration as an interview skill. For your next interview or even for your next performance review, be able to clearly explain how you used AI, what you learned from it, and where it was going wrong, and what you did about it. 2, work on your AI judgment, not just AI usage. The next time AI gives you a piece of code or an answer, don't just use it. Ask yourself, what did it miss? What assumptions did it make? Where might this break? The same habit of critical thinking will make you irreplaceable. That's all I had for you today. If you really like this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. It really helps it grow and to reach others who might find this information useful. And now I leave you like I always do with a joke, because life is too short not to laugh. McKinsey is now testing you on how well you use AI in their interviews. So if you bomb the interview, you can just simply blame it on AI. That's progress, right? I'll see you next.